Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into yet another installment of the Luigi's Mansion No Out of Bounds tournament. Welcome in to the fun. I am of course your main commentator player. I'm joined by my great co-host Flauk as per usual. We're gonna have a good one today. Splazergames versus Vark. I'm looking forward to this one. This is gonna be a real test of skill, as considering these runners have pretty close PBs.
It's been a good old 5 years since Vark's last PB, and Splazer's coming on almost 8 or 9 months. But Vark is one of the all-time greats, so hopefully we'll see some good play. Just got the 15-second count going there. This will be a good one.
Yeah, Splazer coming off that 56, 58 he got quite a number of months ago. Still trying to prove that he can keep himself within the top levels of the game, which he has been able to do time and time again. And this tournament should be a good showing of his skill. Vark, of course, sticking with his 58 from quite a many times, moons ago, if you will. And it's really just a matter of how the consistency will stack up against both these runners as things go forward. Of course, going through Area 1, things are going to be pretty slow and standard here. There's really never much different ever when it comes to this kind of thing.
It's actually funny you say that. Vark actually did legacy candles there, where you do one swoosh and get all of them with one swipe of the vacuum. Kind of a fun strat you don't see often.
Indeed, and when it comes to some of these other runners, things can be interesting because they will do things that we don't typically see, and so there is a lot to kind of go off about on that when it comes down to it.
Still got classic scare skips, however. Area 1 was never too different, besides the new Laser Crusader skip, but I think Vark has learned to go for that. Parlor room, of course, basic as always. Into anteroom, where the run actually starts spicing up a little bit. Basic doubles until you get to, or basic singles until you get to the doubles. Hopefully we'll see some nice, wide, flashy doubles out of the runners. Splazer lining up good. Nice and wide. And nice and wide. Like to see it. This second one really has a lot of variation. Splazer lightning fast. A little bit of a mistake there for Vark, dragging forward a bit, but it ended up being fine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that is important to remember, of course, with Area 1 is that even these minor mistakes can not really change a whole lot moving forward throughout the rest of the match, and that's something you'll notice as you head through. Area 1 is missing certain things doesn't really change a whole lot. It comes down later when you get to deal with booze and other things of that nature, where those time losses become much more detrimental to your pace overall. But of course, you could also completely throw away your Area 1 and just be bad, and that would be catastrophic. But when you have players such as Splazer and Vark, who have been pretty similar in skill and consistency, things like that won't matter too much.
Yeah. Later in the run, we enter some very big run killers, and I know for Splazer, Breaker Boo has been a little bit of an issue today, a little dodgy for him. So hopefully we'll end up seeing a one cycle out of him for that. I don't actually believe Vark goes for Breaker. So if he ends up missing that, it'd be very detrimental. More legacy strats coming out here from Vark. Bottom left Neville versus top left. A little bit slower, but not by much. With a 307 and a 311 key, respectively. Not too much of a division. Entering on to
having a lot of fun trying to sync this right now, and I'm failing miserably. Commentator is very bad at his job today.
Yeah.
So I apologize in advance for anyone trying to actually think about syncing this up as I try to get it, and I just can't seem to do it.
All right.
Commentator is bad, but that being said, the runners are not. The runners are actually good at what they do, unlike me. So it does give them a little bit of an advantage in the entertainment policy of our tournament here.
Just a brief correction. Vark does go for Breaker Boo, so hopefully we see both of them get it, rather than neither of them get it.
We're going to be seeing the brand new Laser Crusader here coming out from Splazergames. We've been seeing this a lot more recently this year since it is a brand new strat. I don't think Vark's going to go for it, so that's something we should keep in mind.
About a 2-second time save for what it's worth. So it's a pretty easy 2-second time save, and any time save in Area 1 is a good time save.
Sure is. I still can't get this. I can't believe it, dude. I'm throwing this match away.
Yeah, it's alright.
I came into this expecting being able to use commentary controls properly, but I'm just bad at my job, and clearly I can't anymore. I'm washed up as can be.
It's like that sometimes.
Do be like that
here,
dude.
Come up here's Chauncey, Mr. Area 1. Not too difficult. Just some basic ball catches, like we'll see from Splazer. Very nice. Let's hopefully see Vark get this as well. They go for slightly different lineups. Both get them, both pretty quick.
I'm going to be honest with anyone wondering who let me commentate. I don't know. I let myself commentate, honestly. I just have the respect of people in the community to let me commentate, and unfortunately, my expertise in much of the areas of the game are not able to carry me through using commentary controls. So that's going to be the curse of my Area 1 this time around. Hopefully next time I don't have to deal with such a problem. But moving back to the actual matter at hand, the race itself, things are going pretty smoothly here inside of the Chauncey fight. And of course, Splazer very well known, maybe not as well known for his explanation of Chauncey ball catch. I don't know if anyone's watched that video on YouTube. It's good watch. I recommend it. Definitely one of the best things. Definitely better than the movie Avatar, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, a 20-minute long Chauncey ball catch tutorial was needed in the community. I mean, a Chauncey ball catch tutorial was actually needed. But don't get me wrong on that one.
It's just someone needs to step up to the plate for it, and he was the man.
That video is the community's magnum opus.
It is the community's Declaration of Independence.
It is indeed. On to large, unskippable cutscenes. You'll be seeing this puppy 3 more times. Well, 2 more times after this in the run, which are required. I think Vark got like a 602 and Blazer got 556. So, little bit of a difference, but Blazer does have the upper hand. But as we all know, Shy Guys and early release can change that on a dime.
It absolutely can. I think I'm going to just go on a whim here and say that both these runners are going to get it. I think today's the day that we get to see runners actually achieve such a fabulous, fabulous treat as the wonderful thing that is known as that. Our favorite ER. Our favorite 10-second time loss. Nothing beats it.
Release. Nothing really does beat it. Nothing quite emanates the pain that is losing 10 seconds for no reason. Nice doubles out here from the runners. Quick little grab there for Splazer. And on to Ballroom. I'm not sure. I know Splazer has learned 6-piece, but I'm not sure if he's going to go for it. This will be interesting.
I'd like to see it. Usually it's really nice to see such a thing as the Shy Guy 6-piece, of course, our favorite McDonald's meal of the day. Part of this balanced breakfast, of course, and hopefully we get to see Splazer go for it. It looks like he's going to be going for it. Doesn't get that bonk there, but that should be okay. He'll get the 1 bonk here. If he gets a 2 bonk, he'll still be okay. He should be able to get this lined up and get all 6 of these Shy Guy masks off and be able to stun all of them. He's going to be able to successfully do that and achieve the Shy Guy 6-piece. Vark's going to opt to go for Shy Guy doubles, a very legacy strat nowadays. Some people still go for it, like HD, but eventually he will switch over to the dark side and will learn the Shy Guy 6-piece. Now, coming out for ER, Splazer does not get ER, so that's going to lose him 10 seconds there, but it's now Vark's turn to try and have faith in the RNG gods, and the RNG gods will hopefully give him something of substance.
They do. Vark getting that early release. Splazer's still leading a little bit, however. Although both runners on sub 10 pace. I feel real bad for Splazer. If he got ER, that would have been a 9:39, which is beefy race time. But it's nice that at least the person who was slightly behind got early release rather than the person ahead, cementing a lead.
Nice double there. It's usually a harder one for some people to end up grasping the ideas of. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to get down, but you know what? Both of them are going to get that.
Did Vark do poster skip?
I did not catch that. I guess we'll find out right now.
Oh, he didn't.
He did not.
Maybe he forgot about it.
Poster skip. That's going to be a little rough for him. He's going to lose a couple more seconds out on that. It's not a big deal, but it can change some things early on in this match.
Happens. So that would be a 9:49 from Splazer and a 9:58 from Vark. Vark getting early release, Splazer not. Don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
But now, with this button press, we now introduce the main RNG element to the run. Boos. These guys can lose you a lot of time if you get really unlucky, but usually the bad luck kind of goes with the good luck, and usually it ends up curving out, but sometimes you can get a little screwed.
It's definitely true. As I now think I've actually gotten both these streams synced for once. They're like literally milliseconds apart. I'm going to stop trying to do that now because it's taken away from my commentary abilities. But I've gotten it after about 11 minutes into the race. I finally figured it out. So fear not. The commentators do prevail. I am a professional. I will rise above.
I didn't even realize you were still doing that.
Still doing it, man. I'm still doing it. It's part of my job, okay? I have to keep my job around. Otherwise, it's just not worth it.
Both runners.
You know, I can't just show up to work and not work and expect to get paid.
Both runners going for the tech skip. Vark unfortunately pulling off the cloth early. A little bit of a time waste.
But with the decent first three boos here, got some decent RNG out there in the anteroom. See if Vark can replicate that. As he does not, he does find the boo decoy inside. The right side is going to have left side boo instead, and Splazer with really good RNG thus far.
I mean, everything besides Parlor. Parlor was pretty bad. I believe he had middle boo ball, boo in the sheet. Vark had tech skip, but unfortunately pulled off the cloth. Splazer leading by around about 10 seconds. So this is a segment that can wildly change based on what you have.
It certainly can, and you know, moving into these next two boos, things can be a little tricky because it's sometimes harder to find the boos in this room, but Splazer should be able to prevail as he does find the boo inside one of the boxes. Vark hopefully trying to replicate that same sort of RNG, otherwise we're going to be seeing more time lost from Vark's end versus Splazer's end. And Splazer hopefully getting the first spot here inside the ballroom, as he does find the boo bomb. I will say time and time again, you never get that boo where you want it to. You'll check right side and he's not there. And then the one time you check left side, he's actually in the right side. The boo just has a mind of its own, not really wanting to abide to whatever you want it to do. Vark also finding the boo in the left side instead of the right side, so there is that to take into account as Splazer now makes his way over to the bathroom to make his way to Mirror Room and get through Fire Warp. So overall, a pretty decent Fire Warp time here for Splazer. It'll be a really, really bad thing to see if he screws up anything, including missing the Fire Medallion. He did do that in the, I believe he did in the 100% tournament last year. I don't recall it being the no out of bounds tournament, but it could have been the no out of bounds tournament that he missed it in.
Yeah. You really want to make sure if you're going for Fire Warp that you get the boo and miss the warp, not lose the boo and get the medallion. One loses 5 seconds, the other loses 30.
And of course, if Splazer can get the Fire Warp, it will only make the match quicker and allow on-time streaming. Splazer's own dad to go live with Fortnite on his PS4.
Man,
just
I love that
missing.
guy.
Me too, man. I can't wait to see when that guy goes live today, if he does, just because watching Fortnite from on-time streaming is an absolute treat. It's a
Like,
privilege as a Twitch viewer to watch on-time streamer play Fortnite from his PS4.
Blazer getting some good RNG in here. Ooh,
He's
bucking
blocked
into
by
the
the Boo, though. The
boo.
Boo's going to try
Ooh.
fighting him a little bit. He should be able to pick this up, though, just fine. And he's still going to come out here on the Fire Warp. So things can be okay. A little bit of trouble there from the Boo, but nothing that Splazzer still can't prevail through, as he is also a consummate professional.
Easy little 2x warp there for Splazer.
Vark actually had a Boo switch there. He tried to, the Boo reader was giving him from the painting, which was the decoy, and was going to have Vark over to the left side, but the Boo did actually swap into that top right candle there, which was a little useful there. And Vark actually missed out on the Fire Warp. That is rough.
Luckily, he just missed it in the way that loses minimal time rather than a lot of time, so he doesn't need to re-get this Boo later. He just needs to mash through text unnecessarily, and does not have a very good potentially doesn't have a good Butler cycle. The main reasons we go for the Fire Warp is to reset the Butler cycle and to skip that text.
Yep, there is a good chance that Vark could actually get a decent Butler cycle based on just the way that these candles have been going. So it could work out in the end, but he is going to lose substantially more time over Splazzer. Splazzer continues to build up on his lead throughout Area 2, and Vark is going to need to start playing the game of catch-up. He's going to be able to try and have a chance of winning this tournament. Of course, things can happen later. There have been very many detrimental things that have occurred, especially our favorite third area boss in his blue losses. So we screwed over 2 runners inside this tournament in round 2 alone. Things could still change later on in the tournament, later on in the match.
Stuff can always happen in this game. So you just gotta make sure you're playing through, and if something happens, take it in stride. Very
Expect
good
the unexpected.
Always expect it.
Always expect the unexpected. Especially a 3-cycle Bulasis where the ice goes out of bounds or you just forget the ice in general.
I hate when I forget ice.
I hate when your ice goes out of bounds.
Hate that too. Splazzer having a little bit of an inconvenient Boo switch. That's fine. Ooh, this Boo is in a weird spot. Hopefully he can still get the tech skip.
And he's going to get the tech skip. No chances there of him being able to soft lock right there. And hopefully Vark might have a little bit of a better Boo here out of Butler's room. He could actually save some time there and catch up to Splazzer inside of hidden room. But Splazzer looks to be having a pretty decent hidden room thus far, so should be able to get this nice quad. He actually missed 2 of those purple. He actually missed 2 of those punchers there.
He actually burned him. He burned him an extra time. He was, I think he was going for like super fast hidden room. And one issue with super fast hidden room is that you sometimes...
Oh my goodness.
You sometimes can burn him.
Vark was giving me a little bit of a heart
locking.
attack there. He was extremely close to soft locking there as it was trying to get the Boo. The Boo was just about to leave into laundry room, but he got that last second and was still able to make it through. So nicely done there for Vark. A little bit on the shaky side, but things worked out for him, and he'll still be able to come out of here without a soft lock, potentially. He could still soft lock on this Boo, of course.
I actually don't know if you can soft lock going out. But
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Won't even matter because he did it so early. Not even an issue.
We'll never find out. I don't know if Splazzer got the laundry Boo tech skip there. I don't imagine that he did, so this could be Vark's opportunity to try and go for that, as he did actually find the Boo in the bucket there. He's not able to catch on for the laundry Boo tech skip, so we're not going to be seeing any of that nonsense in this run.
Splazzer into Melody. Let's see what song she serenades us with. Water theme. So Melody can play you 2 different themes, Water or SMB3. Their time save and loss is very minimal. Water is 1 text box faster, so it's not that much.
Oh, Splazzer trying to get that last music sheet there. Wasn't actually able to do that very fast. It was it was definitely trying to evade him as best as possible. A Boo switch. This could potentially be really good for Splazzer, as he gets a really awesome Boo switch there into the cabinet. And really, really lucky for him, he's going to save some time there. I believe he was probably going to have to go over to the harp. One of Flock's favorite items to serve for the Boo in this room.
Oh, love the harp.
Love the harp, man. Love it when it goes into the harp or the upright bass over there.
Yeah. Pretty much anything past the drums is just terrible.
Let's see if Vark can get something similar. It does not look like the boo is going to be in there. He's going to have to look for the decoy. It's possible he could get a boost switch as well. Checking the marimbas. Let's see if they are in the marimbas. And he finds the boo ball in the marimbas. I hear a boost switch, though, into the drum. He's going to be able to get that. Still losing a little bit of time, though, as wasn't in the best spot possible, but he will come out with Melody Boo nonetheless. Splazer gets a 924 water split. Not too bad. Splazer's definitely got a decent pace going on here in this match, and something he can definitely carry out throughout the rest of the match through good momentum.
Vark is about 34 seconds behind right now, so he's definitely going to need to be playing catch-up here for the next little while.
Definitely will be. Splazer finding the kitchen boo inside the table. He should be just fine here. Nicely done.
Can be a little tricky. If you don't play water segment fast enough, this boo will switch. So hopefully we won't see another switch out of Vark here.
It is safe to note that it is good to note that Vark did actually get about a 20-minute flat time there, so he's about 35 seconds behind Splazer. So there is definitely a lot of catching that needs to be done inside of Area 3, as Vark has some trouble trying to find the boo inside the kitchen, but will find it eventually. Will also probably not lose this into Lug's room, I imagine. He'll be good here. Splazer makes his way in to go do skeleton doubles. Sometimes you can mess this up, sometimes you don't. Splazer's not going to have that sometimes you don't moment, and he's going to be able to get that skeleton double with very minimal issues. He's not going to make his way to everyone's favorite boss in the game, Bogmire. Why is he the favorite boss, you ask? Because you never know when he's just going to, like, break off for no reason.
Absolutely screw you. You have perfect control, and he just doesn't. But generally, most runners will be pretty proficient at one cycling, so we will hopefully see one cycles from both of the runners on Boggy Boy. Yeah,
Boggy Boy. The Boggy Boy. I love me Boggy Boy. Anyways, if Splazer were to lose this here, he could actually lose a lot of time that would allow Vark to do a little bit of catch-up, but Vark still losing a little bit of time as he was trying to get that second skeleton stun and did not have much success with it. But if Splazer were to not get a Bogmire one cycle here and Vark were to, Vark would save quite a bit of time, but it looks like Splazer's got some decent control thus far. He should be just fine. He's going to get a really clean one cycle there.
Love to see it.
About a 21:46 key here. 47 key.
You were close.
I was pretty close. Trying to time it, but I'm sometimes a little bit off.
Yeah.
Just goes to show what a Dark Moon runner knows about LM1.
Yeah, it's super weird. Like the times between catching the ghost and getting the key is like 8.5 seconds for Chauncey, 9 seconds for Bogmire, 9.5 for Boulossus. It's like, it's really
weird how they go up in increments of 0.5, huh?
It's weird. Let's see, Bogmire. This is really... That was just control. He had Bogmire by the ass the entire time.
Vark going to be coming out with another nice, clean time as well. A 22:30. So, yeah, there's definitely about 45 seconds between these two runners now. As Splazer looks to continue increasing his lead as we move through Area 3. And, of course, if he's able to get out of there without any serious issues, things could look really good for Splazer as he heads throughout the rest of the match. And he'll definitely secure a decent bag for himself as he'll move into... As he could potentially move to winners round 3 to play against Mr. HD Lax himself.
Hopefully we can... Vark is going to need to be playing major catch-up period this area.
Vark needs to embrace the power of Vark Dog if he wants to try and bring this lead back and make it a close race.
So right now it looks like it could be sealed, but we know the run is not over until King Boo is in the vacuum. Any single thing can mess up. Smallest things that you don't think would lose very much time can have very dire consequences.
Especially in Area 3. People sleep on the Area 3 time loss here. I know that some people think that there really isn't an opportunity for Area 3 to cause any sort of upsets, but it really can. I really do think that Area 3 is one of those places that is heavily underrated for potential issues and catastrophes to happen for any runner. You know, sometimes in the 100% tournament, the run doesn't start till Area 4 attic boos went around, which is true for that category, but I think in this category, the run doesn't start until you get to Area 1 hallway boos, because those can be really bad for the time loss inside of any percent out of bounds.
They just bleed time away. One small mistake or one tiny difference in the boo will send every single boo to be completely different. With some of the hardest leaving boos in the match. And so we can definitely see a little bit of a catch up there from Vark. Hopefully, we will see some good RNG here from both runners, however. I don't particularly want to see anyone get screwed over.
Neither do I, and I don't think I'll be seeing that from either runners either. I just don't think that's going to be happening whatsoever. I think that if it does, though, I would be interested to see how the Area 4 will determine things. But if not, we'll just see what happens anyway. Something could still go completely wrong. Like I said earlier, expect the unexpected. Splazer missed a stun there on the grabber ghost, but still nothing crazy. This boo could turn out weird for Splazer. Who knows? He could be in a really bad spot.
Ooh. Perfect RNG. You do not ask for better than that. Tech skip in a hand too. Love to see it. That was pretty much a textbook tea room besides that first ghost there.
Extremely clean stuff there from Splazer as he's able to find the boo in a really awesome spot inside of that bottom right chair there on the left side table. Got the tech skip. A little bit of a weird ice, but still he's going to come out of here with a 25-50 door close there on the ice split. Most runners typically split on the door nowadays when you go into the upstairs hallway. Sometimes you see runners still split on the ice element, but I don't recall who actually does that.
I don't either.
Vark with not as optimal as a read, so he's going to end up picking the ice first and then finding the boo afterwards. Potentially finding it in a better spot, because I believe the boo will switch at this point.
Yep. Probably already did.
Gonna check the bucket, and it's gonna be in the bucket, so this is gonna work out very well, and he's gonna be able to R pump with the ice as well, so very nice there for Vark.
Don't know if that's off enough. It was. Wow, that was very close to not working. Good stuff from Vark. He made the right call not doing early ice. Splazer doing some bottom left. Nana doing that earlier, complaining about that RNG literally before the race, bites him in the butt in the end. That's why you always go for right side first.
It's a weird call, but, you know, sometimes I can see why you just wouldn't want to go with the norm here in Nana. Sometimes you could try and pull it for that right side and just get boned by RNG. It's really just happens on preference. Either way, you will potentially lose time from having to run across that room, considering that it is also one of the widest rooms in the game. There's only a couple others that are like it that you have to run from one end to the other. The other one was Melody's, and Splazzer got really good RNG in Melody's room, so it's the only time he has to really experience such bad RNG.
Vark here with the perfect Nana RNG. You do not ask for better than that. Spawning the boo in the cutscene, in the table. Very fast. Does a little bit of a key drag. Let's see him do it. Right down to the door. Nope. A little bit of a mess up. That's alright.
It's because Vark played good that the game rewarded him.
It is.
Splazzer going to be able to get the triple there in the Astral Hall room. That is usually a tougher one to get. And hopefully he gets a really nice boo read. He gets a really sweet boo read there as well. The game is rewarding him for his efforts on such a great showmanship of gameplay doing that Astral Hall triple. That's definitely a harder one that some runners like HD don't go for still.
I am jealous. Splazzer looking at a pretty dang good run right now. 28 4x pace moonshot.
Other than Nana, he saved some pretty decent time here on the moonshot segment. But of course, comes down to the shot. Can Splazzer get a really nice, quick, fast moonshot with something that pretty much Bullseye gets it in, or is he going to miss it? I think Splazer's got this one in the bag. We'll find out. He's going to insta-shine and gets a Bullseye, as I called. Commentator's curse, but for the better.
28-47 there from Splazzer. You realistically do not ask for better than that.
And when keeping count on how many times Fluck this run has said you do not ask better for that, I want to know by the end of the run because I want to see how many times we can keep that one going.
Well, you
Because
got me.
if it's a pretty good number, can't ask anything better than that.
You cannot. Well, when you get good RNG, you can't ask better, you know?
You know, you're right. You're right.
The
You
game
can't.
will giveth as fast as it will taketh.
Absolutely. And now it's Vark's opportunity here to also try and give us a good idea of how far behind he is as he tries to find the moonshot there. He's going to go for the instant shot as well. He's going to be able to get it as well, and that's going to put him roughly 50 seconds behind Splazer. So Splazer is saving some more time to still increasing his lead. Vark's still trying to play a little bit of catch up, but as of right now, Splazer is still definitely deep into his lead as he now is going to head his way into projection room.
This is going to be an uphill battle for the rest of this. But we're entering into the probably one of the hardest segments in the run, Clairvoya. This segment, you can bleed time terribly fast. So you have to play at least semi-decent in every portion of this split. Plus get good RNG. Nice double out there for Splazer, setting up for the triple now. Vark's heading on the way down. Let's see him set it up pretty quick. And he gets it with the sauce too.
It was a really good suck up there for Splazer. Let's hope the Boo RNG's okay. It's also okay. Splazer's been getting quite a number of first reads throughout the run, so he hasn't had too many issues with decoys. It was really early on that I think he only had 2 second reads so far in this run, maybe 3. Everything else has been a first read, so that's been really good RNG for Splazer, and he's been getting some really, really solid reads. As he ends out of there with about a 30, 55, 56 projection room save warp there.
Yes, RNG has definitely not been a bit of an issue, but this is the area where it starts to become an issue. Splazer getting a second read here, right in the middle. Hopefully we won't see it, but if we do, nice explaining moment. Once you have 15 boos, as soon as you catch 16 and beyond, EGAT has a random chance of giving you longer text boxes. So, just another RNG element to waste time in the run. Let's see, Vark gets the fast save warp. Both of them did the glove trick, but Vark did the faster glove trick, signified by the funny text when he starts walking up the stairs. Look at it, it's funny.
I'm laughing because it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Guys.
It's the funny text.
Anyways, moving in, Splazer got really nice swim boxes here, so that is very, very kind. The RNG's been very kind to Splazer this run, might I add. So he hasn't had too many issues. Vark also got a nice first read inside of Neville's room as well. We'll see if he gets any long text, and he's actually going to get right off the bat with a longer text, but definitely not long text / Vangor text. Definitely one of the fatter medium text though.
Yeah, these things can lose you up to 5 seconds a pop, which really sucks. It's realistically the reason why you can bleed so much time in Clairvoya. Getting 2 of those Vangor texts is automatically 10 seconds. So, we want to see as little of those as possible. Vark with the worst RNG you can get for Twins boxes. Hate to see it. Splazer with the quick text.
Short text.
Like to see it. Let's see.
I'm seeing a reiteration of the mountain RNG right now.
It's looking pretty good, but
it's looking pretty good,
but
it's true. It's true. Nice drag to the door there for Splazer. Splazer's playing really well right now.
There it went.
Oh, there we go. Vangor or long text, not Vangor text.
It's like Element or something. Nope. We've cursed.
I gotta mentally remember myself every time I watch the text boxes. More orange text means Vangor text.
Yeah. Splazer here with bad RNG. That RNG costing him loads of valuable time. Text skip important in this room. You really want to make sure you get that. With Lydia being one of the laggiest rooms in the game, your long text box time loss can almost be doubled just based on lag. So it is pretty important to make sure you get that tech skip. Vark with some pretty decent RNG.
Let's focus on Vark for a little bit, since Luigi's going to be getting to the part of the game where we can't talk about anything at all because he's going to be mashing through text for the next minute inside of Clairvoya. So I guess we could talk about what Vark has going on here. I think Splazer's still been building up a lead over Vark, but I think Vark's also been getting boned by RNG, as we did see he got a couple of medium to long techs and had some really bad RNG inside of the Twins room on the Twin boxes. I think he gets some better RNG here out of Lydia's room with a better Boo read in the bed. Gonna get the tech skip as well. He's gonna make his way also over to Clairvoya by hopefully by the time he gets it to start mashing, Splazer will be able to stop mashing. And he'll be able to give his hands a rest from the potential effects of carpal tunnel syndrome that many runners could end up getting as a result of the mashing.
I think Vark saved a little bit of time on Splazer there.
Certainly did. Definitely had a better boot read inside of Lydia's room. You know, that tech skip also helps a lot. And I think he probably had a better... I don't know. They both had really good Chauncey room boos.
Yeah,
I think Splazer probably saves a little bit of time. I think probably breaks even, honestly, just in comparison to the tech skips or on the text boxes that they got.
Yeah, but Splazer did get that longer text box in Chauncey, plus significantly worse RNG in Neville. I think Vark played it pretty well, all things considered. Good Clairvoya suck up there from the Splazergames. Hopefully we'll see some decent RNG. I'd love to see Splazer pop off with a low 57 or maybe even a 56, as I do believe he's still on pace for that.
I think so too. I mean, I'm not very sure what he's comparing against, but if I had to guess, he's probably comparing to PB, if not something of the equivalent.
I'm gonna go on this Splazer stream for a sec.
I'm on my way there right now. Let's find out. He is comparing against his PB at a 56-57. He actually golded that moonshot time, so it was a pretty cracked segment for sure.
But like he had to walk across the whole room. That gold is approvable by like 5 seconds.
Certainly is, but everything else went perfectly into his favor. That Astral Hall is pretty much as goated as it can get.
Pretty much. Good RNG there from Vark right in the middle.
Can't ask for anything more.
You really cannot. Can't ask for better.
Can't ask for better.
Blazer here with good Safari room singles. Let's hopefully see him pull out a pretty nice double. Splazer is probably going to be leaving the room by the time Vark's entering. Nice manual sidestep, but unfortunately spawns the ghost early on the right side. But perfect ghost spawn. That's RNG, by the way. He just got gifted that one.
Handed to him on a shiny silver platter. Boo read, not so much. Actually finds it inside of one of the deer heads instead. Yeah, so not as bad, but still a little tricky.
Splazer trying to
drag
out the key, though. Very well done.
Nice short text as well, so Splazer's looking nice here.
Switching to slow step. Hate to see it. Splazer, I believe, is on 38 5x possible pace, which is PB pace. So hopefully we see a really nice Bulasis out of him, but you never know.
Let's talk about Bulasis. This week has been interesting because I think it has subverted my expectations about what can go wrong in this boss fight. Now, the thing that's interesting to point out about this boss fight is there are 2 ice statues on this court, and as you can see, they spawn ice from them. That ice has a mind of its own. It can walk into a really nice spot, or it can throw itself out of bounds. As we saw in the Red Mountain Mega Lightning match last week, Red actually had a bit of a tricky spot, but unfortunately wasn't able to actually be very aware of whether or not he had the ice, so he ended up having to 3-cycle it for Flauk in his match against Zircon. The ice had decided to make its way to the middle of the court, which by the time he got over there, it despawned. Splazer with optimal ice spawn, with an optimal ice spawn and optimal ice movement there, so he's going to be able to go for a nice shot here. I hear a lot of boos in that shot. Oh,
pretty decent, but both boos scattered.
They did, but he's going to be able to pick that one up and is going to be able to secure the 1 cycle. So Splazer with about a 39.02.
That seems right.
I'm correct. Thank goodness I'm correct for once on my timing. Commentary makes improvements.
Splazer's on a pretty cracked run right now. He's on a really good run.
It's like, it's pretty good, but of course, Area 4 is Area 4, and things can go wrong as more RNG gets to be put into the ringer and make things go very, very wrong. Vark now up here for the potential to have a better Colossus, maybe a better eye shot. Also gets really nice optimal eye spawning there, so he can make his way down. I can't expect him to go for a half court shot. I barely see anyone go for half court shots anymore.
Half courts are risky. Does it a little earlier than most. Hits a nice shot, though.
He had like 12 of those in that shot. So.
Ooh!
There's a straggler somewhere.
On a statue. Boo got stuck on the statue. I was going to point that out. Vark going for Colossus in the middle. There's a reason most runners will stagger themselves below the statue. It's to avoid having those guys get stuck. Gets hit. That guy's gonna
gets hit. Won't be able to pick up that boo at all, but he will be able to use the iframes to not get bonked by that other boo as he now tries to fight the very last boo in the second cycle, and he will eventually get it. A little rough there for Vark, but this does cement the fact that he is now about a minute and a half behind Splazer, and Splazer now starting Area 4 can be grabbing the fire, heading up in slow step, going to be going for our favorite part of the run, Blackout. Why is that? Franker Z, number 1. Number 2, Uncle Grimly. Number 3, not getting Instagram.
Well, we will see, but at this point, in order for a lead to, in order for this gap to shrink, we will need to see a long Grimly out here for Splazer. But I don't think Splazer is going to want to see it that way, as he is technically on PB pace.
It's pretty interesting to see if Splazer gets pretty close to PB. You know, I don't know if he's listening to the stream or not. It could happen, but I'm not expecting it. Nothing against him, I'm just not expecting it.
You can never expect it.
And it's not that I find it unexpected, because I could expect the unexpected, but this is not unexpected.
Yeah, he's not on the greatest PB pace. We'll put it that way. We will need to see a good Breaker Boo 1 cycle, which earlier in the race we said Splazer's been having a little bit of issues with. So we're
Who knows? Splazer could just get Breaker Boo skip. He could just find what Breaker Boo skip is and just skip Breaker Boo.
Nah, I think it's called getting Van Gorboo.
No, it's just called having 37 boos by splicing. Wait, what?
What? Splice?
Wait, what? Hello? Splicing? Hold on, I didn't say that. I did not say that at all.
This is unacceptable.
You did not hear that coming out of my mouth. I'm just saying that right now. You did not hear that coming out of my mouth at all. Impossible. You did not hear a single thing. Not a peep. Splazer making his way up to Uncle Grimly. Of course, this could change things. Maybe. I don't know. Like, he could not get Instagram, but he could also not get 30-second Grimly. I'd be interested to see if he get a 30-second Grimly, but it's not going to happen. He gets Instagram. He actually gets Instagram. No way. The Instagram is real today.
One of the few lifelines Vark had is gone. There's still a couple more, but they are starting to leave one by one. We'll have to see Breaker Boo out here from Splazer. But Breaker Boo, missing Breaker Boo 1 cycle will mean Vark will have to get Breaker Boo 1 cycle for it to even matter. Or not get the blue hits bless.
Could also happen too, but we'll see. Splazer, like we said before the match started, I don't know if anyone was catching his warm-up, was having a little bit of issues actually being able to 2-1 cycle Breaker Boo. Splazer was a little unconfident in his abilities to get Breaker Boo during this race, but we'll see if now that he's really deep into the race, if it actually does add up in the end.
Tech skip set up.
And he does have a barrel. Let's see what barrel it is in. He's going to have a far right one. Oh, man. I guess...
That just... I mean, I'm just going to be honest. He's not getting this.
Nope.
He's going to leave at like 30.
12. Yeah, that boo was not... I know that Splazer does go for drag strat, and that was stuck in the wall at the beginning. His Vark gets Instagram.
Wow. Love to see it. Ooh, messing up this double. This guy's going to despawn here. He should not be doing what he's doing.
Splazer, I think Splazer's just a tiny bit frustrated regarding the Breaker Boo loss there, as it just didn't work out for him at all. But I think nonetheless, Splazer should still be okay. I just don't expect that Splazer actually ends up going for Armory Boo Save Warp anymore. I think he will definitely Mirror Warp out of Armory Room.
Well, I got a feeling Splazer will be checking if Breaker Boo goes back in. Even if Breaker Boo ends up hiding, he cleared the decoy, so he knows if there's if it is red, if the Boo radar is red, the Boo is in there. So let's see if he got lucky.
Nope.
Unlucky, he's in Pipe Room. So we'll be seeing a Mirror Warp out of Armor Room here for Splazer, as we're
Vark's going to be setting up for a Breaker Boo. This could change a lot of things for him.
He gets a top barrel, but he gets a weird lineup.
Baits the charge in an awkward way, but that's okay. Going for wall strat. I'm curious if this actually works out for him. I don't know how many cackles he has left. I think I saw one double cackle in there, but yeah.
Didn't even get the chest yet. Yeah, so that lifeline that Vark had is also kind of shrunken away. We're gonna need to see this Boo come back.
That's what I was about to say, that there is a possibility that this Boo does go back into Breaker Room, and that would actually give Vark a little bit of an advantage there over Splazer. But I still think that with how much time Splazer has saved over Vark right now, Vark's going to need more than just Breaker Boo in order to secure a closer lead, to be able to decrease the lead as much as it is.
I mean, you could always have Armory Boo go up, go right again, and then you have to save warp, and all of a sudden, that's okay.
This is not looking too hot. Oh no! And the cellar room Boo leaves for Vark, and Vark also doesn't find Breaker Boo back inside of Breaker Room. That is very unfortunate for Vark, as things have just crumbled before him in basement of Area 4. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Did he auto-lock onto something there? Is that how he lost that Boo over to the left side?
I wasn't even looking. I think he may have. Auto-locked to a heart or something, or the Boo just gets away from him, misses one pump or something.
That is usually the case. Usually it's actually auto-locking onto a heart. That room has many objects that will spawn everything, and your vacuum will auto-lock. And the problem with auto-locking is that the Boo just loves to just escape your grasp when you auto-lock into something, because the vacuum is so intent on grabbing every collectible that isn't a Boo.
It's one of the demons of this game. Splazer getting a pretty decent soldier double. Let's see him do a nice rooftop burn. Picks up some more fire with it.
I hope he got that. Okay, it does look like he got that, yeah.
This is still very good pace. I mean, this is 57 pace, even if he didn't go for Breaker Boo again. Like, he could go for Vanguard Boo and still get a 57, like 3 or 4x.
Definitely could, and things will still turn out really well. It's a really strong time as well, as Splazer is able to successfully get that stumble skip. Usually everyone fails that.
It's hard.
I've seen so many people go for that and they just don't get it.
It isn't consistent.
Very inconsistent. It's cool that Splazer got that, though. Like, that's kind of fun to watch. I think it's the first one of the tournament, probably. I don't even think Pablo got it in his match.
I think Blue Hits got it.
Good for Blue Hits.
He's nuts. What can you say? He's gonna win.
What more?
Prophecy.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah. You can't ask for better than that.
Can't ask for better than that.
Pretty good soldiers there from Vark. Not doubling up, but not breaking off either. Splazer sucking off that cloth. He's ready for it. Let's see this triple. A little bit of a rough burn here from Vark.
You know, at first I thought he was setting up for the Boston burn there, but I was like, that just doesn't seem right.
I wish. Ooh,
I wish too.
Fast.
Only Boston goes for the Boston burn. Kind of. That's a gamble on whether or not he'll do it.
Sorry, and Hopeless go for it.
Well, they're different. They're different.
I mean, Boston burn. Saying to everyone here, Boston burn is faster. It's just, it's hard to do it faster.
Splazer opting, of course, for the Mirror Warp out of Armory Room. It makes sense. I mean, he literally only has 10 HP on Breaker Boo, and he's got still such a big lead. It would make no sense to try going for it again. It'd be a bigger waste. So
Even
things were working out there. And like, can I mention that it's always fun to watch Breaker or Armory Boo in a nice spot to the point where you can get a charge on it. It's always really nice.
It is satisfying. Let us see if Vark pulls off the cloth as well, or if he'll opt to do it after. It is not, so he's going to do it afterwards. Doesn't lose that much time. And ideally, you'd never actually have to do that. But we're going to need to see a one-cycle Armory Boo out of Vark here, hopefully. Splazer getting unlucky.
Splitzer finds Pipe Room first, so he's going to have to wait for Pipe Room to leave.
Hopefully this guy goes right.
Oh, yeah. That's true. If Pipe Room was to go down for Splazer, which I know it didn't, he would have to pray that he didn't fight Pipe Room in Weston when he finishes up on Weston.
Very good one cycle there for Vark. Hopefully he remembers to Mirror Warp.
Let's find out. He's going to save warp.
He save warped. That is such a time loss. I hate to call it now. I think that's it. I think so too. That's game match.
I think so too. I think it was kind of already very risky to say that Vark could come back, given what has happened to Splazer inside of Area 4. But I think after Basement, in my mind, I kind of sealed the deal then and there.
Yeah, all these boos are back in the room. And Vark's going to be dealing with an 100 HP Cellar Boo, and with
Splazer's having fun trying to melt Weston's ice right now. I don't know, like, it took a little bit there, just a little bit. He'll be able to get the one cycle, though. But a little interesting about trying to actually melt that, and so he's going to pick up the pearl so he doesn't auto-lock onto it, dealing with Weston Boo. Of course, if you were to lose Weston Boo, that could actually be really bad.
Mr. Freeze Boo.
Oh, and he fights Pipe Room!
What? He went down? I thought he went right.
I thought he went right too.
And he's milking it, bro. He's milking it.
Bro.
Leave! What a jerk!
No way! And the boost switches back into the other pipe, or to the other barrel as well, in the top left, or the top right there of Weston's room. His Splazer finally finds Weston Boo. I was convinced that Boo had gone right. I guess it just like went to the far right side and then just bolted downwards.
It must have. And like, he was just milking it too. He was just sitting there. What a jerk!
That is unreal. Such a scam. Absolute scam.
He actually got scammed. Splazer went betting on CSGO Shuffle.
One of the few times that CSGO gambling has ruined everyone's mood.
Cannot believe it. Let's see, Varks.
Safe to say that site will not be used in the next Super Stim video as a sponsor.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Poor Super Stim.
Phantom Lord feels bad, man.
That's a good one. Anyways, moving away from the CSGO references that no one gets because only Flock and I really get them in this inside this room. I hope other people actually get it. That'd be hilarious. But
there's some double cackles there. I'm sure of it. I'm lying.
He's okay. He's okay. He got one.
I thought I saw him like double cackling and stuff. Dude, there's a
Vanguard text. Get some Vanguard text though. That's fun.
Luigi's Mansion is just a bully. It just
Luigi's Mansion is a good
game. When someone's down, they just push you to the floor. That's what just happened there.
It is a very good game.
The best of the best. Better than the rest.
Oh my! Splizer, no!
You know what? That was the right call. That was the right call, burning him.
I was about to say that just based off those Western rooms alone, both those runners could have asked for better, but I think Splazer could have asked for better inside of Bangor. At this point, this is just unfortunate to watch unfold.
Maybe Vark could catch up if he like misses all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure that's possible, man. I'm sure that's possible. Vark still needs Mangorbu.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe Splazer will just go catch the other 10 boos he doesn't have, and then try and soft lock the gold diamond and lose out on the money.
Maybe he'll reset for sealed mass.
Maybe he'll forget that he doesn't have 50 boos, and then just resets and goes, "Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to do that."
Oh shoot, I forgot Breaker.
Oh shoot, I forgot that I didn't actually have 50 boos for that gold diamond.
Looking pretty good there for Splazer. Both of them getting stuck in the easel. Other one just dragging a little bit, but you know what? He got him.
How ironic is it that Splazer missed the easier triples, but got the harder ones?
Dude, I was not ready for that gold ghost.
I was not ready for him to drop that either. Splazer dropped that. Splazer let go of R just literally like a frame too early. Oh my goodness gracious.
Quite literally, it was one frame too early.
Is he still 57 pace? I don't think he is. I doubt it. I think he's like 50. I think he's low 58 pace.
Yeah, I think he's low 58. But if he goes for one cycle,
if he goes for one cycle, he could. If he goes for one cycle, I think there's a possibility he ends up with like a 57, like 59.
I think he can get a 57 with just a normal 2 cycle.
You're kidding.
Think he 57, 59?
When did he pick up? Oh wait, I forgot that split with one cycle is like 2.5 minutes.
It's like 2 minutes and 45 seconds from.
Yeah, okay. He could 57 with one cycle. I'm not sure about definitely with Instant Shot 2 cycle, not Legacy though.
Legacy, yeah.
You're kidding.
It'll need to be good, but I think he can do it.
You're kidding. I didn't think
he's
that.
He's gonna enter into that cutscene at 56 flat, I think. Which 56 flat, I mean, people usually say it's 2 minutes from the cutscene. It's kind of. You can do plus or minus a couple seconds, but he has such a lead. He has a lead by over 1.5 minutes, easily.
Far over 1.5 minutes. I think by the time that Vark actually enters King Boo, this could be like a 2-minute lead.
I could see him.
In which case, of course, Splazer will be done and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. Vark's gonna be coming back in here to grab Vanguard Boo early as it heads back into the room. I think he should be okay. This Boo's generally hard to like 3-cycle unless you're just throwing, which Vark doesn't. He'll save warp out of there and go downstairs to King Boo himself.
I threw him my PB.
How many 57 PBs have you lost again? Into Area 4, I'm sorry. Through Area 4, how many have you lost? What's that kind of reading?
I think like 40 something.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Good to hear.
Feels bad.
Glad to hear that there's no one else who suffers that problem. Only happens to you. Doesn't happen to anyone else, only you.
This doesn't happen to anyone else but me.
It's okay, man.
I mean, 50
people go through their unique struggles. It's about how you come out of them that matters the most. So you're going to be going for the instant shot. There's going to get that. I think he's going to go for one cycle. I don't blame him. He's got such a big lead. He should go for it.
Give it to us, Splazer.
Worst case scenario, he goes for backup 2 and he gets the backup 2. He's going to go for the instant shot, but doesn't actually end up getting as a bomb does explode in front of him. Wasn't able to get the instant shot off. So
the one thing you definitely don't want to see is the missed. Is the soft lock. You can soft lock on this guy, and you do not want to see that.
Of course, that's no fun. But let's see if Splazer gets the backup 2, because otherwise he'll just go for like a normal. He does. He has the same mistake again. Unfortunate. So I think Splazer at this point will probably.
He has to go for backup. He has to keep on doing that.
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
As Vark's gonna kind of like catch up a little bit, he's gonna go for a go legacy here. I don't blame him.
Vark's on 59 pace, and Splazer can still easily.
Hey, he'll still 58.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring it down to 204 HP, and then just go for one last insta shot.
No, I probably just do it normal.
He'd be ballsy to do the insta shot where Bowser holds the other bomb and soft lock it. He's gonna go for the normal one. Good on Splazer, man. Good on Splazer. As he's gonna be able to finish this off. 204 HP left on King Boo. It'd be basically Splazer. The only way Splazer loses out on this Boo is if he gets hit by the ice from Bowser, which I don't think is gonna happen. As he's gonna come in and secure the dub. A 58-45 time there from Splazergames. GG's. to Splazer for getting the
Vark
dub.
Going for the
He did
instant
it, man.
shot, missing it. Bowser turning. This is already just a disaster for Vark.
It's okay, man. I Love Vark will still prevail and get a sub 1, right? Right?
It's looking pretty comfy for sub 1 right now.
254, I'm enjoying that as Splazergames enters the call. Splazergames, congratulations on the win.
What's up?
Close
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Games.
That was so funny, man. That one was so funny.
So what happened there on those goal ghosts, huh? Did you just let go of R too early?
Yeah, I mean that's all it was. I was cracking up, bro, when I did it though.
I mean, you had both Falk and I kind of balling in the call.
Yeah, dude, because I was listening to the commentary. I was listening to it, so I was like, bro, you guys had me laughing, man.
I listened too. I feel so bad. Vark, no. Vark, oh man, I feel terrible. I feel so terrible. 2 HP on King Boo, and Bowser's to go run to the other end of the court now, as Vark will be securing here about a sub 1030. Right?
Like 100.
100.
Hey, GG Vark.
11.
GG's Vark, a 10011.
Oh, I forgot to stop his timer. 10013, I guess.
Dude,
GG to Vark.
That moonshot gold made I have a 54 SOV now, dude.
That's huge. That's huge.
Big
You had-
gamer.
Dude,
but
actually the most cracked Astral Hall I've seen.
Yeah, that was
One of the most-
insane.
yeah, but
That's
like
a cracked Astral Hall.
Nana was like not
Yeah, that's what,
good. No offense.
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, how did that
You
gold?
could realistically gold that by like another 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Dude,
GG
that
to
Western,
runners.
the Paipu though, dude.
We thought it went left, right.
That's what I thought. That's why. And then I saw it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here for a second.
We were and he was milking it too.
Yeah, that's alright. Who cares? It was a good race. It was a funny race.
It was a funny race. Lots of things happened that I did not expect.
Yeah, dude.
I guess
It was-
I guess I'm hypocritical when I say expect the unexpected.
I mean, you got the win.
And Vark
You
has entered the
cannot
call.
ask for
Welcome
better.
in, Vark.
Hey, Vark, GG, man.
Me.
Da-da.
It was an entertaining match. You guys are very entertaining to commentate and watch.
Yeah, that was,
Very,
that was
very
a fun
I'm
match,
glad.
dude.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed watching.
It was fun.
It was very fun.
It was a roller coaster. I.
Dude, it's okay, man. It's same thing here, man. It was.
That's what I'm
oh my
saying.
god.
Yeah. My area 3 was like insane for me until I got to Boolossus.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Boolossus was. I mean, that's just kind of what happens sometimes with Boolossus. Boo gets stuck on the statue.
Well, it wasn't that. It was that I let the Boo go out of bounds, which was like the biggest thing. Like a Boo can get stuck behind the statue, but like I should have been able to get the second to last one. My problem was that I wasn't full pressing the L button, so my ice wasn't like full spraying, and I wasn't able to reach a few of the other ghosts. So it was my bad.
Sometimes it's like that. 2 cycles with Boolossus are surprisingly common this tournament.
Hmm.
But
That was an interesting race, man. It was crazy.
I'm just curious, like what was like my area 2 was like really really bad, so I'm assuming that Splazer was ahead of me.
Yeah,
he was
but like
ahead of you by like 30 or
Yeah,
so.
I was-
yeah, 30 seconds or so,
Mhm.
45 seconds ish.
Mhm.
That lead was definitely that lead was definitely increased from the Boolossus you had. That was like a minute and a half or like 50 seconds out of area 3 that Splazer had, and then Breaker went out on Splazer, Breaker went out on you, and then you lost Cellar. And then
when I
Splazer,
lost Cellar,
yeah,
I legitimately thought that I was gonna get a 101. Like I thought that 59 was completely off the table at that point.
That was possible to the end.
Yeah, no, I was surprised after Van Gore that I could have gotten the 59.
Yeah.
that's true.
Just
Yeah,
Brief miscalculation on that quick shot.
Yeah, that was a rough King Boo.
Yeah, I mean,
Please
it's
Splazer
okay, man. Splazer had about the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Let's just say he tried.
terrible.
Let's just say he kept trying to go for instant shot backups and kept missing the second instant shot.
Yeah.
You get it. Go for it. Bonk into the ball. Go for it again. Bonk into the ball. Go for it again. And then you were actually starting to catch up. So he's like, nope. All right.
No, I'm just gonna take this. I'm just gonna take this spike ball and do it normal.
Yeah, I got a little scared at one point.
I bet. Well, anyways, so Splazer, you're gonna go on to winners round 3 to go up against HD Lax, a rematch of last year's winners round 5 match. I think it was last year. You looking forward to that match? It's gonna be a tough one.
For the HD one.
Yes.
Oh man, dude, I'm just gonna do my best. You know, that's all I can really say. There's a chance though. There's a chance I could win. You know, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
Should be very fun. And Vark, you'll be moving down to losers round 2, where you could have a pretty decent losers round. I think based on some predictions, there's a good opportunity for you to have a good losers round. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are.
Well, you know that someone in my chat, even though I wasn't really reading chat, they said that they're looking for a loser's comeback. So you know, I'm gonna have to make that push.
Yes, sir.
Maybe
dude,
maybe I'll play
Sir.
Splazer in the future, and then my PB will be a 55, and I'll be insane. No.
You never know, man. You never know. Could happen. You never know. But if there's anything else anyone wants to say, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Nah, just GG's. Vark had a good time, man.
Yeah, good race.
Good race.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the last winners round 2 match, Luigi's Mansion No Out of Bounds tournament in the year 2022. I've been Flair. That has been my co-host, Flauk. We've appreciated all of you watching. We thank SpeedGaming once again for hosting these tournaments as per usual and being able to allow us to do these tournament matches on their platform. We do appreciate everything they do for us. And on that note, go follow the runners, go follow the commentators, and that's about it. We're going to sign it off now. We'll catch you guys back next week for winners round 3 and losers round 2. Take care, everybody. Back next week for winners round 3.
Looping.
Looping. Anyways, take care, everybody.
Take care.